أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي أنزل الكتاب على عبده نذيرا وهدى ورحمة لقوم يؤمنون أحمده سبحانه وتعالى حمدا زكيا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له شهادة تجلنا بها في جنة قصرا عاليا وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم فصل وسلم وبارك على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما عباد الله إن الله تبارك وتعالى يقول والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر وأيضا ومن الناس من يعبد الله على أرض فإن أصابته خير اطمأن به وإن أصابته فتنة انقلب على وجهه خسر الدنيا والآخرة ذلك هو الخسران المبين يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يغفر لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. We thank Allah that we are sincerely grateful to Him. Thank the one that has revealed us Quran for His servant as a helper and as a guide and as a mercy for those who believe in Him. We thank Him most sincerely and we appreciate His mercy on us. We testify that there is no deity worthy of worship beside Allah, the one who is unique, whose testimony is there to put you in the highest place in the paradise. We also testify that our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His messenger and servant. Peace and blessing of Allah be upon Him, those who follow Him, members of His household, until the day of Qiyamah. The servant of Allah. Allah tells us in Surah 103 and 123 that He swear like a kind that certainly man is at loss. Only those who do good and do righteousness and expose themselves with patience and they admonish themselves with the truth. The last say that some group of people in Surah 22, Ayah 11 that they worship Allah based on condition. They worship Allah based on things which they are looking for. Lastly, when any good things come to them because they think they are worshiping Allah, they will be happy, their iman will be strengthened. But when another trial befalls them, they turn their face to other places, thinking that Allah is not on their side, or they are not on the side of Allah. Allah says, that they have lost everything in this world and in the hereafter. Allah says that is the worst of loss that is very clear to everybody. So you will believe, fear Allah, and always say the right thing at the right time. If you do this, Allah will cleanse you of your bad work, forgive you of your sin, and will follow Allah and His messenger, as indeed we give Him the greatest of all. Alhamdulillah, 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 Rabbil Alameen. We thank Allah, the Lord of the universe. We thank Him, the sustainer of the entire world. We thank Him, the one that gives mercy without condition. Allah, we thank you, we appreciate you. If not for you, we are not what we are. Allah, we thank you for making us what we are. Those of us who are here last year, the topic of discussion was stress, distress, and inshallah, I'm going to follow you today with the natural follow-up, with that patience, the greatest weapon of life battles. That no matter the challenge which you are facing as a human being, no matter the trials that you are passing through, no matter how hard life is for you at a particular point in time, no matter how much you think that your prayers are not being answered, that when you are patient, definitely you will have victory. But how do we do? In the intricate parts of life, when difficulties and hardship confront a man, and the darkness of adversaries and sufferings become long, it is patience only that acts like light for a Muslim. It is patience that keeps himself from wandering here and there and saves him from disappointment. It saves him from depression and it saves him from frustration. Patience is such a basic quality that a Muslim needs to shape his life in this world and the next. On this basis, he should attend to all his work. He should make it a torchlight for guiding his way. Otherwise, he will be defeated in the field of life. A Muslim should prepare himself to tolerate hardship and difficulties. He should not cry out or raise help. He should not sit waiting for the result, however late they may take. He should not run away from responsibilities, whatever they may be. No doubts and misgiving, no action or trouble should prompt his intellect to indulge in panic or violence. No matter the condition we find ourselves, we should bear it with patience, with prayers, and with hope that a day will be a day that all those things will be things of yesterday. We should have a plenty confidence in Almighty Allah and Himself. It should not be frightened by the dark clouds appearing on the horizon of life, even if they may be appearing continually. No, it should be fully sure that these clouds and adversaries and hardship will disappear and declare and bright atmosphere of success and glory will appear again. There was a story of a young boy that somebody entered, they were inside a public transport in a bus within a particular town. Somebody sat on his leg, another person put something on his back. Somebody now asked him, can't you see that they are making life unbearable for you? He said, there's no worry, I will soon get to my bus stop. And he has given the summary of life that you should not worry, bus stop is very close, where all those things will no more be there. Wisdom and far-sightedness demand that the price and the bright end should be the thing that we should be awaited with patience and conviction. Allah has stressed this point sufficiently that no man can escape tests and trials in this world, so that man may be alert and ready at the time when these hardship and difficulties descend on him. He should not be frightened by this heavenly and earthly tribulation, and need not to be disappointed and be worried unnecessarily because there is a challenge. Allah even tells us, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ حَتَّى نَعْلَمَ الْمُجَاهِدِينَ مِنكُمْ وَالصَّابِرِينَ. Allah said we will test you until we know who among you are those who strive in Allah's path and those who can persevere in patience. And Allah also continued in another surah, Surah 3, Ayah 1, that وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ فِي أَمْوَالِكُمْ وَأَنفُسِكُمْ وَلَتَسْمَعُنَّ مِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ وَمِنَ الَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا أَذًى كَثِيرًا وَإِنْ تَصْبِرُوا وَتَتَّقُوا ذَلِكَ مِنْ عَزْمِ الْأُمُورِ. Allah says, He will test you from your wealth The money you have, you will look for 1 naira to even buy coke, you will not have the money. Allah said He will test you from even the life people around you. Those people that are the only source of your hope, you will see them dying and they will not be able to do anything. Allah said, as if that is not enough. You will even see people making mockery of you, that they will be making jest of you, even in your presence, and you will not be able to do anything. That when they are saying it, you will hear it from your enemies, you will hear it from your friends, and when you are hearing it, when they are making jest of you, you feel like, God, why did you create me? You feel like saying such a thing to the level, but Allah said that you are in possibility, that if you are patient, despite the challenges, but the careful, and you are God conscious of Allah, you fear Him, that is the deciding factor. That is what separates you from ordinary persons on the streets. All of us, because you are a Muslim, that does not mean you will not have challenges. Because you pray every time, because you fast, that does not mean the way you want it is the way you are going to have it. But what differentiates you from ordinary person is when it comes. When there are challenges, how did you cope with it? That is what separates you from just ordinary persons on the streets. The patience that is demanded by Allah relies on two important facts or realities. The first of this fact is related to the nature of this life. Allah did not make this life a house of eternity or a final reward, but has made it a house of trials. We read in Surah Al-Kahf, where Allah says that we have made that which is on earth as an adoration for it, in order that we may test them as to which of them is best indeed. Even in Surah Al-Mulk, Allah even glorified Himself that Tabarak Alladhi biyadihi al-mulk wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah said, Alladhi khalaqa al-mawta wal hayat liyabluwakum ayyukum ahsanu amala. Allah said that glory be to Him, in whose hand is the dominion of earth and heaven, that is the creator of death and life. And Allah said, that the essence of this is to test you, to see who among you this test will make his behavior to change and will be able to rely on Almighty God. The time that a man spent in this world is really a time for an ending experience. He comes out of trial in order to undergo another trial, which may be higher and different from the previous one. There is one rule of life I want us to put in our minds. When you solve a problem, it will create a greater problem. And it is. When you solve a particular problem in life, it will create for you another greater problem. Let me give an example of somebody, a woman, who has been married without a child, and Allah decided to bless her with a child. When she gets a child, to take care of that child becomes another challenge. And up to that, let's even assume somebody is a young person who has been seeking for admission. He couldn't get, and Allah helped him. He gets admission. When he gets admission, how to get 2 fees is another problem. How to pass is another problem. Let's say he even gets 2 fees and he pass. When he finishes, how to get work is still another problem. It means until we enter our graveyard, whenever you solve a problem, have it at the back of your mind, it will create another problem for you. And that is the essence of life. And also, we see that man is tested once by one thing and again by its opposite. As iron is first heated in the fire and then put in the water. Similarly, man is tested by favorable as well as opposing means. Yes, you can be tested by virtue and wealth as well as misfortune and hardship. Sulaiman was aware of this nature, of this life, when he was blessed with the grand and magnificent power and empire in this life. He said, "Oh Allah, هذا من فضل ربي لنبلوني أأشكر أم أكفر ومن شكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن ربي غني كريم." When Allah blessed Sayyidina Sulaiman with everything that he was looking for in this world, he now realized, "Oh, this is a mercy from my God." But he said, he quickly realized, "God, I know your style. لِيَبْلُوَنِي. You want to test me. I ask you whether I will know that this is from you. I'm hopeful, or I will think it is my power that has given me this strength. He said, he who believes that this is from Allah and is grateful, Allah said that person has been grateful for himself. And if you refuse it, you should know that you are the one that you are in need of Almighty Allah. Allah does not need you for anything. He can decide to take everything from you if you begin to be ungrateful. The meaning is that what you have, it is not a sign of love from Almighty Allah. And what you lack, it is not a sign of enmity from Almighty Allah to you. Everything that Allah has given to you is a prayer. It is something that Allah wants to test you with. The prayers of this life are not words that can be written or statements made. These prayers are the pains and the sufferings that overwhelm man and confront him with hardship and frustration. These prayers are real situations that a man faces on the path of life, which shows his real characteristics and what he is made of. It shows the depth of his faith and the degree of his reliance on Almighty Allah. A true believer is ever grateful to Allah when he is blessed with a grace and patience when he is tested. But in any case, he is always thankful to Almighty Allah and is aware of his blessing and gift, which much more blood is thinking in worship Allah in good times and as well as in a dry period. It's not like those described in the glorious Quran when it says that there are those who worship Allah on condition, and when they get what they have, they thank Allah, they feel happy. And when people befall them, when trials befall them, they turn their face. And Allah said that those who have done this, they have lost this world. They have also lost the hereafter. Allah said that is the greatest loss that anybody will have. That whatever we have, that whatever the challenges which we have, it does not mean the end of our life. And as Muslims, when we have a challenge, when we have things that we have asked Almighty Allah to give us. In fact, I know the verse of the Quran that Allah said that if He will give some people everything that they are in need of, to the level that they will forget that it is from Almighty Allah, so that at the end of the day, He will destroy them. The meaning of that is, when you ask Allah to give you a particular thing, if He has not given you, wallahi, you should thank Him, because it's likely to be a blessing from Allah. And when you get what you are looking for, you should not celebrate. You should see it as mercy from Almighty Allah. You should see it as glory from Almighty Allah. But you should return it back to the owner. That is Almighty Allah who has given it to you. But when you think you have arrived, you have the money which you are looking for. You have the position which you think you are looking for. And you think you have arrived, like my friends used to describe them, they assume that the deputy acting assistant judge, and where they are in the two parts, they are nobody. When Allah comes, He just give them ordinary sickness, ordinary boil on their finger, they will not be able to sleep. It is then you will know that God is not from your local government. That whatever happens to you, that whatever you are able to get, you should be able to return it to Almighty Allah, that has that in front of the company, that this is a mercy of Allah on me. Allah wants to know whether I will be grateful or I will be ungrateful. Those who are grateful, they are the ones who have won, and who have gotten everything in this life and in the hereafter. Faith, as we know, is the name of the relationship between man and his Lord. And as in other relationships, like love or friendship, the kind of friendship and sincerity can only be judged when it is confronted with unfavorable conditions and different kinds of problems. At some time, a man's real worth and sincerity is known. The case is exactly the same when it comes to faith. To find out the truth and sincerity about faith, it is necessary that the Muslim be tried and tested in this Quranic verse. Allah has made us to understand that the relationship between Him and His creature is about trials and can test. If you have a friend that you are in close relationship with, and that friend has a challenge, will you run away from him? Or you have a challenge, will your friend run away from you? That's the relationship between us and Almighty Allah. When we think we have a challenge, that Allah is our creator, He is our provider, He is the one that gives us everything that we are in need of. If we have a small problem, are we going to turn away from Him? That's why Allah says that أَحَسِبَ النَّاسُ أَن يُتْرَكُوا أَن يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَا الَّذِينَ مِن قَبْلِهِمْ فَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ صَدَقُوا وَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ الَّذِينَ الْكَاذِبِينَ. Allah said that do men will think that we believe, Allah will just leave them. The moment you say you are a Muslim, you are now in their own language, you are now a born again, you are a clean person, and nothing will happen to you. Allah said, don't deceive yourself. That you are a Muslim, I will not leave you alone without testing you. He said, if I even leave you alone, it will be like who? Is it the prophet that you are following that was tested with victory, with success, with children, with lack of, with food and without food? Is it not that prophet that you say you believe that you are following, that at times there will not be single grain in his house for himself and his family, and yet they did not run away from Almighty Allah? Did the prophet say because he has been sent by Almighty Allah, he has no food on a particular day, he's no more a prophet of Allah, he's walking away? Or have you remember that there was some time that the prophet fought some wars and the Muslims lost gallantly? They now come back to say we are no more Muslims because we didn't win this war. That is the exact relationship between us and Almighty Allah. Allah said, do you think because you have just professed Islam and everything will be shining for you? Allah said, it's not possible. I'm not going to do it like that. That He's going to test you so that, like the people before you, so that He will know the truth, those who are sincere among you and those who are just looking for what to eat. That is why you see so many Muslims. They say they are accepting, they are going to other religion. They are what I call the dining room Muslims. The only thing they are waiting for is when to get food, is where to get money. The moment they can't get food from those places again, you see them walking away. They are the ones who go to the mosque. The only thing why they come to the mosque is because they want to meet big men who will be giving them money. And when those people refuses to give them money, they say that is a useless mosque. But when they even see the man, they even say that is a useless man. Because it is not Allah they have come to worship. They have come to worship money, and they have come to worship some things they are looking for. I do not even know whether you remember that there is a particular church in one of the best places in this country. Perhaps many of us will know. Some Muslims, because they want to meet some big men in those churches, they used to go. Even those who are looking for position. That church was the church that most people that used to give position used to attend. And those people then who are looking for power, they will now go and attend church services because they are looking for position. Those are the type of Muslims I'm telling you that they are just worshiping Allah because of what they want to get. They are not worshiping Allah as a sincere servant of Almighty Allah. Whether you get what you are looking for or you don't get what you are looking for, compulsively you must worship Allah. Whether you have a challenge or you don't have a challenge, compulsively you must worship Allah. I've even met some group of Muslims. They will say because they don't have money, they will not fast. Because God has not been blessing them. So why do they need to fast? And I smile and say, who is deceiving who? It means you are having double loss. You will lose in this world. You will also lose in the hereafter. You will not get what you are looking for in this world. You will also enter hellfire in the hereafter. So what is your gain? Why don't you convert your poverty into something that is good for you? Why don't you convert your helplessness into hope by changing that you don't have money to eat? You now change it to fasting and you begin to pray in the night. Perhaps Allah will answer your prayers. Allah said that. That the test that is given to us, it is for him to know who among us will follow, who is a sincere believer, and those who refuse him, you will know those who are blind among us. The meaning here is all what you are looking for. Do not make your interests. Do not join your happiness into everything that you are looking for as a human being. I've always been saying it. Attach your happiness, attach your joy to whatever
Almighty Allah has brought to you. Allah says, وَاصْبِرْ وَمَا صَبْرُكَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ وَلَا تَحْزَنْ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا تَكُ فِي ضَيْقٍ مِّنْهَا يَمْكُرُونَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ مُحْسِنُونَ. Allah says, O Muhammad, bear with patience, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and your patience is only because of Allah. And do not grieve over them, nor feel distressed by their evil plan. For surely Allah is with those who hold Him in fear, and is with those that always do the right thing. That we should understand that the essence of this life, it is to test us, so that we'll be able to enter the best of all the best when we leave this world. The prophet was reported to have said that in the middle of the that's one of the things that we inherited from the prophets, the earliest prophets, is that if you are not shy, continue to do whatever you like. In the Allah commands justice, the thing of good and the brand of thick and thin. We forbid battle to place injustice and rebellion. He instructs you that you may receive admonition. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة إنك ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون.